attentions to prose to win the hearts of the young ladies with whom you are dining. It appeared first glance that the prose has been less than efficacious in wooing their affections. Given the dearth of musicians and balladeers and the prospect of being witness to your exertions, the proprietor has asked me to address you lads in the hopes that my overtures may lead you to some revelation of those latent talents that no doubt yearn for some public forum. Even as I look about the room, I may note the overwhelming enthusiasm on the face. Realize the response would be so immediate. But there is a deference to be paid to those among us who have critical ears. Those of you, in fact, blessed with an enthusiasm somewhat in excess of ability, might wish to restrain yourselves, lest the rest of us suffer in consequence of your musical beneficence this evening. Tables had already captured my attention. Two gentlemen on either side of me who arrived with two young ladies, and most of us are content with arriving with one. I'm sure it's a reflection of the proficiency of the gentlemen, or some suggestion of their indecision here this evening. There are tables here, two tables. The two gentlemen met with two young ladies apiece. One may already begin to appreciate the disparity between the youth of the young lasses and the maturation of the gentlemen in their company. One would presuppose that the young ladies may well be the fruits of the labors of the gentlemen. Being such an unusual glance between father and daughter, my only conclusion is that you gentlemen are here with each other's daughters here this evening. Explain the disparity and the passion in the eye. We have also in the corner Colonel Monteford, who returns to the tavern after a hiatus of nearly 3 months, after his wonderful discourse before members of the Alexandria Philosophical Society on the reproductive habits of the Didelphis virginiana, the American possum, I believe, comparing the marsupials to those in Europe and New South Wales. It's extraordinary. Hope you might give some reprise a little bit later this evening. The last time you spoke all in Latin, not all of us fully comprehended the nature of your arguments. And we have a table here with 3 gentlemen. I met with 2 young ladies, and I can frankly already sense the tension as they all 3 vie for the affection of the 2. Realize, of course, that one of them might be the father of the young ladies for whom the other 2 are prospective sons-in-law. I might suggest if you're the father, sir, the years have been kinder to you than they've been with your 2 prospective sons-in-law here this evening. My name is Hall, John Douglas Hall. I've been arriving at this tavern on several different occasions and frankly find myself the object of solicitation on the part of the proprietor this evening. I have acquiesced, rather reluctantly, to render a song or 2. There is accessible to all of us a lute guitar from the German states and a Deutsche Laut aus Dortmund and Dresden for those of you who wish to pluck away upon it. I have warmly acquiesced, but am quite conscious of the danger I may pose to you gentlemen, should any of the young ladies in your company come to look upon my person as yet another alternative to yourselves. Frankly, some of the young ladies look remarkably unmoved by the prospect I present. It may be that I'm not the threat now that I thought I was. We hope to return a bit later. The vicissitudes of politics and vagaries of commerce have often been the objects of attention and conversation here with gentlemen. I hope we won't dismiss them categorically this night. We understand the new president has returned from his sojourn in New England and New York, where he has taken advices as to the status of garrisons there and navy yards in that part of the country. The country has been certainly well blessed with revenues after the conclusion of the war 2 years ago in 1815. And now, before the Congress, when the 15th Congress meets in the early December, they shall be discussing once again the bonus bill proposed by Mr. Calhoun and vetoed by Mr. Madison. Calhoun's bill, as you know, sought to improve roads, bridges, and canals in the country, a suggestion of the president himself, Mr. Madison, at the time. But the Congress was admonished to secure an amendment to the Constitution before engaging in such an activity, which was so divorced from the authority granted by the Constitution at the time. And the question will be whether Mr. Monroe will be more acquiescent than Mr. Madison in terms of treating with a liberal interpretation of the Constitution. I will continue with other matters, but as I look about the room and note the number of blank faces already addressing me, might suggest some inability to comprehend that which I've already said. I assure you this is far more difficult for me to say than it is for any of you to understand. I hope to return a bit later. perhaps remove any alarm this evening that the whole night will be spent in such ubiquitous fashion. It's my hope to return to respective tables where invitations will be forthcoming. I am so warned of that prospect that the slightest gesture on the part of a gentleman or the furtive glance of a young lady may be the only encouragement I require this evening. I hope that the din will remain in the room as to deflect any defects of my actual abilities in song. As for the ultimate concern of you gentlemen, that my mere presence may compromise your prospects, I can assure you that prior experience shows that young ladies tend to rescind any doubts and equivocations they have about the gentleman with whom they came, when they come to realize that I might be the alternative. Imagine how many relationships I've repaired here at the tavern, just by showing up the table without speaking. Parenthetically, my mother tells me it's a gift that I have. I hope to return a bit later. In the meantime, let us offer a toast equal to the number of members of our union, now numbering 19. You gentlemen will come forth for the next 18 toasts for the whole group tonight. I raise my glass and offer a toast to a long life and a merry one, a quick death and an easy one, a pretty wife and a quiet one, a cold bottle and another one. Don't it?